did not plan on shooting stuff for another vlog until at least Monday, mostly because my weekend's going to be pretty busy and I didn't really want to like add more to it. But I was this close to a meltdown this morning because Dirk sent me another one of his long emails with kind of his assessment of Zoom at the moment. And for some reason, and I've already kind of touched on this, Zoom is like a completely different dog around everybody else. He like he's like super wound up and super excited, which I kind of already knew. I am like so much more low key around him. Anybody else gets him super excited, including Dirk. And being around other dogs just makes that worse. Well, at the end of his email, he's like, maybe Zoom isn't the right dog. And Zoom is the best I got right now. There is an option to get another dog, but not right now. I do plan on training a second dog, but not right now. I gave Dirk what I plan to do eventually, but I cannot save that money right now. Dog stuff. So anyway, my plan eventually, which I mentioned in another clip, but I have no idea where this clip is. So I eventually want to get a puppy, and I'm just going to send it straight to Dirk and let him have at it, get all the basics banged out. But I would need to do that as soon as I like have a house. Eventually I'm hoping like I can have a place, like my sister will help me get a place. So I have a little bit more room because she is going to buy a house eventually. And but that's like long-term way down the road. And that's the time I plan on getting the puppy and getting a puppy set up for Zoom's replacement. But I need at least bare minimum, probably $4,000 just to pay the breeder, plus whatever it's going to require for Dirk to take her for the amount of time he's going to need to train. And plus whatever I end up doing with Zoom. I'm hoping at some point I'm not going to have to send him for boarding every couple of months. But what it boils down to, I finally called my mom and she's like, Zoom is good, but he's not perfect. He's not ideally what a lot of service dog trainers would call a good candidate. And, but I've also seen dogs that, weren't so good, be very good service dogs. And self-trained dogs, they're, either hit or miss. So I'm like so she kind of calmed me down. She kind of talked me off a ledge, but I wasn't ready to pull the plug. I was considering emailing the breeder, but then it occurred to me, I have no idea what to exactly tell the breeder other than I need another dog and I really can't pay for another dog right now. Because bare minimum, it would take me at least 5 to 6 months to get money together, because paying for Zoom in his first round of training took me at least a little under 6 months. And even if I just got a puppy without the starter, which was like another $1,000 or $2,000, that's my original plan eventually, but I cannot execute that right now. I barely have enough money to pay Dirk for another week, which I may hold off on until my next check comes in. So that's kind of where my plan is right now. I'll probably shoot another clip on Sunday after I talk to Dirk. So that's my short-term plan right now. I can get Zoom to do things. Dirk doesn't seem to think that he's consistent enough to do diddly squat. I can get him to do things. I just need to do it more, but I'm like at the mercy of chronic illness and chronic pain and chronic fatigue. So it's like, even with Zoom gone, I'm still dealing with flares here and there, and it's like, I'm just like trying not to collapse. And taking care of Zoom takes about 80 to 90% of my energy. If I throw anything else on this, I'm going to completely lose it. And it's for reasons like this, I started this channel so as not to lose my head in the middle of all of this. Because like I said, I cannot do a pivot to get another dog right now and start from scratch. I cannot do that right now. I want to do that eventually, but I cannot do that right now. And I'm probably going to have to go back to fundraising by the time I get that dog as well, just because I'm not going to have enough resources, even with help, to get all the money I need to be able to pay $1,000 plus for another dog, plus whatever training I'm going to need to do on top of that. But I'm not even going to worry about that. Zoom isn't even 2 yet, so I'm like not even, I'm going to do the best I can with what I can do, which is run him as much as humanly possible, sandwich his training in between all of that, and then go from there and work his training, his pickups. He does pick things up. I have the video on this channel. I have videos on this channel to prove it. And I think the reason he drops things is because he's super excited, which I know he does. But he's way more low-key with me than he is with anybody else, because I'm super low-key. Which was why I didn't want to, like a field lab with like field lab energy. I can't handle a dog that's going to need to be run for hours on end. So, but yeah. So, I'm working out a plan to be able to run him. Probably short term, I'll have Dad do it. I can at least have Dirk do it for like another couple of days. Worst case scenario, I'm going to have to wait to pay Dirk until like after the first of the month and have him taken before Christmas. Or wait to pay him. I don't know if he'll say I'll wait to pay him, if I can wait to pay him, because I have about $700 total for everything right now. And I don't have enough to kind of shuffle money around right now. So, yeah, that's about where I am. I kind of have a plan, but that's a long-term plan and short-term solutions right now. Zoom is self-trained. So is he going to be as good as a dog that's come from a facility? No, he's not. And, I got the best dog I thought was the best candidate. He does want to work. He does want to do something. He's the type of dog, if you do not give him something to do, he is going to be a little terror. And obviously Dirk is finding that out. But yeah, so I'm going to figure this out and make it work. And God willing, I do have the money and resources to get a puppy in the future and work it from scratch so it's slightly better eventually, but that may be by the time I'm 40 plus. So we'll see how that goes. But this video is getting quite lengthy and I'm going to add more to it later. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Well, I feel like I've been racing around like a crazy person. I was very busy yesterday, and the plan is to have Dirk keep Zoom for another 2 weeks, which my mom graciously helped me pay for because is paying for because I do not have any more extra money right now, and I'm kind of stretched to the max. And I have to put him through training or he's not going to be functional later. He's like missing like almost 4 to 5 months worth of training. He has like no dog people social cues. And I think that's pretty much from being in a kennel or in a kennel run most of the time, because they're not in a house setting. Because he was only in a house for like maybe 2 or 3 days before I came to pick him up. And he's been good in a house, and he's housebroken, but he has like no social cues between a dog and a person, and when his off switch with that is. Other than that, he's great. He's a really good dog, but he's missing an entire section of his training that he would have had as a puppy just with that. And that's very hard coming with a dog that's coming from a big kennel like Ridgeview. So, and as I have said in my last few videos, next dog is going to be an 8-week-old that's going to go straight to Dirk. I'm going to get a smaller dog as well, because I was not anticipating having a dog as big as Zoom. And 65 pounds is a little easier to handle. So it's like, so that's the future plan, but we'll see how that goes in the future, but that's the future plan. The plan right now is to have Dirk keep Zoom for another 2 weeks and keep working with him. I mean, Zoom knows what I want to do, what I need him to do. It's just he doesn't know when I need it. I think I need a better cue for telling him, other than his name, you need to go pick this up right now, and not just when you want to. Which I will probably tell Dirk today. So we'll see, because Dirk and I are going to talk at church. Him originally being gone at the trainers for a month, I wanted him there longer than just 2 weeks. But I also felt like 2 weeks wasn't enough, because the 2 weeks that Dirk originally had him that I paid for I didn't think that was enough, because with Dirk's boarders coming in, it was like Zoom is taking just as much time as 4 or 5 other dogs, which I would have expected of somebody trying to train a service dog, just because he needs to dial him back to get him to focus to do what he wants. Exercising him's like half the trouble. So, but yeah, I'll let him figure that out. I'll tell him, okay, this is what will work. This is what needs to be done. But we'll see. I'm hoping I can actually get the check to him today, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I wasn't anticipating him being gone at boarding this long. Mom told me she would pay for more boarding, and I'm like, she's like, don't expect anything for Christmas. Which, given how much this is costing, I don't really blame her, but I want a few things for Christmas, just a few. And I think she said, don't expect anything for your birthday. So, which means I can't really ask for Taylor Swift tickets because those are going to cost $300. And so anyway, most of my money is like going straight into his training, which is what I expected. It's just that money is disappeared faster than I expected. And since I wasn't working with an 8-week-old, it's just taken a lot longer to get him where I need him. But I also have to remember he is a year and a half, and I expect it's probably going to take him another 6 months to a year to kind of chill out, because most service dogs aren't placed until they're at least 2. And a 2-year-old dog's still kind of bouncy, but he's already chilling out, but he is still needs a boatload of exercise. I'm trying to work out an exercise plan for him. I'm trying to see if I can get the CrossFitters to run him for me. Like if they take him in the morning, just do your runs and bring him back. And then I'll take him home and let him do his nap. And then I'll work with him. And it's just my options are getting limited and more limited because it's going to be freezing for the next 3 months. And in the winter, I have a lot less options for getting outside. I have to put on more clothes when I'm getting him to go out. Most of the time, if I'm running around outside and it's not 20 degrees, I will just throw on a sweatshirt and go out that way. So Dirk is keeping Zoom for what's going to be the rest of the month. And I was hoping he didn't keep him over Thanksgiving, but because that will be a bigger stretch on him, because I wasn't sure how many dogs he would have, not next week, but the following week, which is Thanksgiving. So, and I would have taken him back, but he would have been home here in his crate anyway, because I can't take him over to the house. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to talk to him and we're going to work out today. Okay, what do we want to do in the next 2 weeks? I definitely want him to get him out more. I don't know how much time he's going to have. Hey guys, I'll try to keep this short since my clips for this video are going to be pretty long. Zoom did really good. I think he only popped up when Mom came to the table. He popped up maybe twice that I can think of. And this was without any training collar and without his training collar. His e-collar was dead and he had no prong collar on him. That being said, he did pretty good. Dirk and I were both racing around like chickens with our heads cut off this morning. I forgot my bag. I ran out of the house without my bag, and I went to get a cup of coffee. And so those two things took another few minutes. And of course, I didn't realize I had forgotten my bag until I'm sitting down ready to take notes. And I'm like, crap, I forgot my bag. No notebook, no pens, no nothing. So, and then Dirk was late to begin with because he forgot Zoom's leash. Which tells me his off-lead walking has gotten so good around their house that he's not even thinking leash when he is working with Zoom. I have a default where I always put Zoom on lead because I have to. So he did pretty good with that. He actually settled back down when Mom was talking. And I was petting him a little bit because I missed him and he was being good. And Dirk and Kat were like, he needs a bath, he needs his nail trimmed. Where do you take it? I told him, and I said, I text Dirk before I shoved my lunch in my face. I was like, I'll get it scheduled and I'll pay for it. So don't worry about that. And knock on wood, this only cost me about $40 because I can't shove another $100 bill into stuff right now because I am like stretched to the limit. God willing, I have enough money. This morning, I'll get this up for you guys and edit it down, and hopefully it isn't another super long video. So until I get another update, I'll see you guys in the next one.